Behavior tracks are predefined plans that you create to manage how consequences are administered to residents when they are issued a demerit. To add a behavior track, navigate to the control panel, click Add Edit Behavior Tracks. From this screen, click Add Behavior Track. For this demonstration, I'm going to create a behavior track with the name of suspension. I'm going to give it an ID and a name. For each instance of Overwatch Live, you can have one default behavior track. The default behavior track is the track that's automatically assigned when a resident is added to the system. I do not want my residents to automatically be added to the suspension behavior track, so I'm going to leave it unchecked. Next, click Add. Now I have an opportunity to define the frequency or the number of demerits it takes to earn a consequence on this behavior track. Keep in mind that defining the frequency at this level is a global setting. When you create a new consequence, the suspension behavior track is automatically assigned to that consequence, and the frequencies that you define here are the defaults. You can, at the consequence level, change individual frequencies. So when you're creating a new behavior track, you want to set a frequency that will work for most consequences to save yourself a lot of data entry down the road. Because my behavior track deals with suspension, I'm going to choose a frequency of, we'll say, 2 demerits and then 1 demerit. So what this says is, on the second demerit for this behavior track, a consequence will be issued, and then on the third, there'll be another consequence. And because the maximum step here is 2 and the frequency is 1, for every demerit over 3, a consequence will also be issued. Down here you'll see there's a checkbox that allows you to apply these default steps to existing consequences. It is recommended that when you create a new behavior track that you check this box, because what it will do is it will take this behavior track and apply it to all the consequences that you have previously defined. You could also come in and edit the frequencies for a specific behavior track and do a global change for a behavior track that already exists. So checking that box serves the same purpose there. I would like to assign this behavior track to all existing consequences, so I'm going to check it and click Save. And my behavior track has been created. To show you how it interacts with existing consequences, I'm going to go to Add Edit Demerits, select Impoliteness, and you'll see that I have a dorming consequence, and the suspension behavior track has already been added there. And like I said, you have the opportunity to edit the behavior track at this level. If a resident on the suspension behavior track is impolite, I'd like to have this dorming kick in on the first instance. So I enter a 1 there and click the save button, which you can't see in the video because it's below the screen, and you'll see that the suspension frequency has been changed. And that's how behavior tracks work.